Hello, beautiful people. My name is Athol, and this is Relationship Momentum. So let's walk through an article on the Gottman Institute, and we're going to pay really special attention to what they're saying in the context of the alpha traits, the attraction building things that the guys can do, and real special attention to the beta traits, the comfort building things that they can do. I think it's going to be really enlightening at just what they are. It's titled, Husbands Can Only Be Influential If They Accept Influence. And I actually think that is dead wrong. I think there are many husbands who are influential over their wives, where the wives are checked in, paying attention, and basically kind of calibrating herself to him, while he is not really accepting any kind of influence to her. And he is, in a sense, ignoring her, uncaring, not paying attention, not particularly checked into what's going on with her. And I think they actually kind of agree with what I just said there, in that they say, it's important for women to accept influence too, but research has shown that the majority of women already do this. So she's paying attention to him. He's just sort of bumbling on through the marriage, not really paying attention to her. Let's go to their little case study of the people involved. I'd like to introduce you to Susan and Michael. Michael is a highly accomplished entrepreneur who has started several companies and sold them at a significant profit. He is quick-witted and decisive and gives off an air of confidence and intelligence. So what does that tell us about Michael? He's alpha. He's attractive. He's got a lot going. He's high value, highly accomplished, started several companies, sold them for profit, quick-witted, decisive, air of confidence and intelligence. He sounds pretty good. He sounds pretty hot. Most women are going to be attracted to Michael because he has these alpha traits ticking over pretty well. Alrighty, but here is the problem. His wife brings up her concerns about the distance in the relationship. She expresses her need for more connection, both emotionally and physically. During the session, Susan asserts herself with Michael by looking directly at him, declaring, "I love you, Michael, but I feel so alone sometimes, even when you're right next to me." So what is she saying? Well, in a nutshell, she's saying, I need more beta. I need more comfort. I need connection. I need basic warmth. So Michael is high alpha, low beta, and what she's complaining about is the thing that he's kind of lacking. So what does he do? Michael's first impulse is to become defensive as he turns to me and says, "See, I'm never enough for her." In a sense, he's kind of doubling down on his alpha stuff. He's projecting strength. He's being defensive. He is deflecting her. He's pushing her back. He's essentially treating her complaint that she wants more warmth and connection in marriage counseling, in a marriage counseling session, like it's a fitness test. Like it's a fitness test. Like she's being somehow inappropriate. She's asking for something unreasonable. What she's asking for is basic warmth and connection. She's actually doing a loyalty test. She is trying to get connection and warmth. So as you keep reading on, and you're going to say he's doubling down on what he knows. And they acknowledge this. Part of his defensive position comes from framing his relationship as a win-lose proposition, something that has worked well for him in the context of business. But this attitude is genuinely harming his relationship. So what happens? What does he do? Yeah, well, because it is a marriage counseling story, it goes swimmingly well. He slowly reaches out to Susan, takes her hands in his, looks her in the eyes, and says, "You're right. I know how distracted I can get, and I know that's not fair to you or to either of us, actually. I also want more with you, but I don't know what to do. I'm not good at not knowing how to do something." With that, Susan lights up, moves closer, kisses him, whispers to him with delight, "This is what I'm looking for." So he's given her beta. He's given a little bit of vulnerability. He's given her openness. He is actually being a real connective person with thoughts and feelings and emotions, and it gives her something to connect to. So what happens when the woman that has been crying out for beta finally gets it? It was a breakthrough moment in their marriage. And then, of course, it goes on and says a bunch of good things that went on. But that's it in a nutshell. He was high alpha. She was crying out for beta. He had been doubling down on alpha. That just made things worse. They ended up in counseling. When he finally gave her a little bit of beta, opened up, was warm and connective, she got what she was looking for. With this couple, Susan has been always accepting influence from Michael. He hadn't really been accepting influence from her. When that gets added into the mix, when we add the missing ingredient, things get much better. Of course, you got to throw out the little caveat. The pitfall is that now he sort of doubles down on beta everything with Susan. He becomes the king of beta, and then he gives away all his attraction building stuff, and then eventually she loses interest in him. That is a pitfall. It may not likely happen. Guys tend to be good at either the alpha stuff or the beta stuff, but it is something to pay attention to not go over the top with beta. But if the problem was you didn't have enough, traditional marriage counseling, traditional relationship advice is exactly what you need to do. So that's about it, and I will talk to you soon.